Hi guys. Today we're going to be looking at slope. We're going to do a little review here. We've already learned all of the formulas that go along with slope. We practiced finding slope and we have talked about positive, negative, zero, and undefined slope. So we're going to be working on a graphic organizer to help us review all of the concepts that we've learned. So you guys also have this graphic organizer. I want you to fill it out as we go along. Feel free to pause at any time if you need time to catch up. We're going to start by writing all the things that we've learned about slope. Now, when we first started learning about slope, we first talked about how it is rise over run. So I'm going to write that down. We also talked about the formula for slope. Now we use the variable m. So we used y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, we also have been calling slope something else. So if you remember, we've been calling it also the rate of change. So I'm going to write that down too. Okay, and then one other thing that we've been working on is writing equations of lines using slope. So once we have the slope and we have a y-intercept, we also have been using the formula y equals mx plus b. So now what I want you to do is I want you to think of different ways that we can represent the different slopes that we've talked about. We've talked about a positive slope, a negative slope, a zero slope, and an undefined slope. So you can be as creative as you want, but I want you to turn this graphic organizer into something that's a little bit artistic. So you can color the slope, but I want you to draw 4 people. And they can be climbing up the letters, climbing down the letters, going flat against the letters, any way you think that will represent them showing a positive slope, a negative slope, a zero slope, and an undefined slope. So I'm going to write those down. We need a positive slope, negative, zero, and undefined. So let me show you the one that I have filled in, and you don't have to make yours just like mine. You can make them whatever way you like, but here is a completely filled out one. So I've got my little guy going up the L, showing that it's undefined. Remember, you can't travel up a vertical line, so that's why it's undefined. We've got a positive slope, so I turn my O into a mountain. So positive slope, the little hiker's going up the mountain. Negative slope, he's skiing down the mountain. And then the zero slope, remember that's flat. You can still walk on it, but you can't, it's not up, it's not down, and it's not stopped. So it's a zero slope. So I drew a little, this little wire that this guy is walking across. So that represents our zero slope. So you can make it as creative as you want. You can draw it like mine, but what you're going to be doing is snapping a picture of your graphic organizer and turning that in. Okay, so feel free to go back and rewatch any of this that you need to watch again.